everybody. It's Annette Dion. It is time for our Off the Ledge series. I'm getting to it a little bit late because I was writing a Substack. Let's light some candles. My Substack today is entitled something like "We Must Ride the Wave of Anger." Is that what I called it? It's time to ride the wave of our anger, and here's what it looks like. That's new today. I'll post it on my community page also. Please subscribe, and people that pay me for a subscription really help me to pay my bills, so there's that. Today we'll read from Ernest Holmes. So first I'm going to give you this thought from one of my teachers who's now on the other side. God gives every bird its food, but he doesn't throw in the nest. J.G. Holland. I like that. He doesn't throw in the nest. He gives us what we need, but he doesn't construct it for us. That's up to us. Remember, there are exponentially more of we good people than evil. And the evil needs you to believe that the evil is more powerful. It is not. It just appears to be that way. Also, whoever you need to express love to today, do not hesitate. Do not hesitate. Today is the 7th. It's Friday already. And in Ernest Holmes' 365 Signs of Mind, we have this. I contemplate the presence. And Ernest Holmes always takes one line from the Bible for the heading for each daily entry. And it's from Thessalonians. Pray without ceasing. I contemplate the presence. It doesn't matter what we call it, so long as we remember that there is a secret place of the Most High within us, and that we may consciously enter it by merely knowing that we are already there. This is a place where the universe meets us in its wholeness without any restriction whatsoever. It meets us where we are. This is a place where the All delivers everything that it is to us. Anything that helps you to enter this is good. If you say prayers, make affirmations, repeat beautiful passages, or just sit in the quiet contemplation of your thought, realizing the presence of life, you will do well. For all of these methods lead to the conclusion that the power exists and is available. Okay, so there's that, and then there's an affirmation. I recommend the book. So I want to just point out, like I often do at Church of Spirituality, Ernest Holmes lived during World War I and World War II. And as horrifying as that time was, a lot of really incredible theologians and New Thought, Christianity, schools of thought came about. And I'm here to say that I think that that actually had such power that we exist today because of that spiritually aligned movement and knowing that God is always present, whatever you want to call that, whatever's comfortable for you. I promised yesterday that I would pull some cards, and then I kind of forgot. So I'm going to pull a few cards to give us some guidance today, and then I'll see you tonight. I know that what's going on is absolutely terrifying, and I think that it's important for us to all be aware, besides the activism that we must all be engaged in right now, every day. every moment. We must all be aware that we are not alone in this fight against fascism and all this horror that we're being subjected to. This Project 2025, this pressure and intimidation whole tactic to get Democrats to vote for what they don't want. Vote. Isn't that the name of the person they just decided they would appoint to head up our budget or something to that effect? He actually created Project 2025. I know it's horrifying. In the face of this, we have to know that we're not alone. Okay? I'm going to repeat that. In the face of this, we have to know we're not alone. So, although it's tempting to go into, I'm so depressed. Be strict with yourself. Do not go there. Do not succumb to despair and depression. Nothing could drain you more readily and more certainly than going there, because it's a complete denial of the power that you have to collectively join with the rest of the American populace and other places, other people around the world too. If we cave into depression, we have lost the opportunity to join in with this one mind movement to shut this you-know-what down before it really takes hold. And what that means is that the Orange Monster and all his Putin puppets, of which he is one, have to be thrown out. So when we're visualizing, let's visualize that in our creative mind power, he's thrown out. So let's use our mental power to visualize that without the cynicism, without the, oh, this doesn't work, without all that. Toss that aside. We can't afford it. Visualize with conviction and faith and knowing that the presence is always present. That you and millions of other people praying and intending and visualizing that this stuff is shut down and these demonic forces are thrown out. We must use our mental power for that. And if we aren't, it's a serious dereliction of our duty as human citizens of the planet. It's no less than that. If you had a child and your child was under threat of dying, you would do anything that you possibly could, and you would be believing in miracles, and you would be praying and intending and getting other people on board to pray and intend. Or if it was a family member, you would do everything in your power to save your loved ones. This is the same thing. It's just that we're talking about an entire populace, an entire country. We are not alone. When you read a news story and it feels like you've gotten punched in the gut, that's you thinking you're all alone. And you're not. Nothing could be further from the truth. So let's make a promise with ourselves right now that we will not cave into depression. That we won't. That we get strict with ourselves and we say we will not cave into depression. When you saw all the pictures and continue to see all the pictures of people getting out in the streets and protesting peacefully, it's the sheer numbers that will make an impact. And those numbers will be seen by the rest of the world, by our allies, and they will be more inclined to want to help us. And I believe that the help is arriving and arising. And when I say that, I can feel the pushback. And what that says is that we believe the story of evil more strongly than we believe the power of good to stop it. So we just have to be more vigilant with what we're thinking, what we're allowing ourselves to think, and how we're going to deal with this moment that we're in. So let's pull 3 cards to just see if there's some guidance for us today. Actually, I'm going to use this other deck. I'm going to use the Osho deck like I used before. And please join us tonight for Grassroots of Democracy. I mean, Grassroots of Democracy was last night, but please join us for PNN, the Psychic News Network. And the reason I said Grassroots of Democracy was because I was thinking that we did a guided meditation last night. So make sure you do that meditation. It's here into the lives, and make sure you share that. 3 cards to help us move into the rest of this day. What the presence wants us to know. Please don't get hung up on spiritual, like terms like God, the Lord, the universe. Don't get hung up on that. It's the force that created us, that we can work with, that we are always working with, whether we know it or not. Co-creating means we intend for what we want to see happen. Okay, so the guides are saying this. Go into the silence. Be in moment to moment. There's a technique that I teach people that you bring yourself into calm. Let's take that deep breath in right now. Deep breath in. And hold it. And a longer breath out. Let's do it 2 more times. A deep breath in. Hold it. A longer breath out. And a deep breath in. And hold it. And a longer breath out. And that's how you take charge. That's how we take charge. So the technique goes a little bit further, and as you're doing that and you're bringing your awareness into this present moment, so it's moment to moment here, you affirm, because this moment that we're in is the key to your future, to our future collectively. Right now, I'm not in an emergency. Right now, I'm in the presence, and I'm surrounded by light and love. And right now, I am not alone. And perhaps I'm being called to be less alone and to be more with community and family and people that are loving and caring and compassionate, and especially people who are praying for this country. And morality is coming up. Morality, what we're seeing is immoral and criminal, and morality is stronger, and doing the right thing is stronger, and helping and loving our brothers and sisters along with ourselves is of critical importance. So there's your off the ledge entry for today. To book a reading, go to psychicannetdion.com. I'm also a spiritual life coach. To get one of these mugs, go to psychicannetdion.com. I'm shipping some out today. I didn't get them out tomorrow. We had kind of a snow day here, but these are going out today for anyone who's ordered them over the past several days.